Okay, now you see why I say I got to have some patience with this group here. Obviously, we see there's some talented guys, but this is their first game, and against a team other than themselves. And in that first half, I thought it was a stage fright, whatever you want to call it, nerves going. We ended up having 13 turnovers. They had quite a bit too, so it was a turnover-thon is what it was. But I thought in the second half we kind of settled down and played much better basketball. I thought ball was moving, people were moving. We had 5 assists at halftime, and we ended up with 23. So that tells me that we really moved the basketball. Even in the first half, I thought our defense was active. I thought Reggie came off the bench, and he and Gabe gave us a big spark coming off the bench. Daniel got in foul trouble trying to help over, and not only that, he got to understand he's going to be a big target. So he's going to have to learn how to play, and because a lot of times they're getting that second foul on him. But it was good to see our guys in the second half, even when Daniel wasn't out there. It was really the league just kind of surged, and I thought it was because of our defense, our pressure defense, and we were really moving the basketball, got guys running the floor, we were getting loose balls. But it came down, you think about, in the first half, the free throw line, we were horrendous at the free throw line. And I know that's got to be nerves. And then we turned the ball over. You take care of the ball decently, then obviously you got a better cushion at halftime. But the second half, I thought we came out with good energy. Our defense was really good. I thought Jalen played much better in the second half than he did the first half, which is going to be a big key for our team. Daniel had to play with 4 fouls and probably played better with 4 than he did with fouls early on. But we saw some of the potential in some of these guys. Isaiah, I thought he's just real smooth. He's never gets rattled. Thought the guy that came out and really played well, one of the guards was Dez. I thought his energy is contagious and hustle and made some nice little passes out there. But the thing I know going back is we got to. Number one, we're going to play teams that are going to be very, very physical, and we got to be able to counter that. The other part of it, we got to take care of the basketball, value the basketball, and we got to continue to move the basketball. I thought at times the ball got stuck, and obviously when that takes place, we made bad decisions. So it's just a matter of just cleaning up that, and guys getting to learn. They get to learn how to play together. I think that's how you learn. And so to me, this game here served its purpose. It was I got a chance to see some guys on the lights, camera in action, and some guys performed well, some guys didn't. But now we get back to practice and clean up a few areas. And one of those areas is we got to be able to knock free throws down. We're going to be a team that's going to attack the basket. We got to knock free throws down. There's Bob. Bob, when are you going to let somebody else ask the question?
Anybody can ask for the
Okay,
microphone.
all right, you're fast.
I'm being aggressive.
You are aggressive. I like that, man.
I do. I'm attacking. I'm in attack mode. As far as Dan, I know it's just an exhibition, but for him to get 4 fouls, and it looked like the fourth one was really ticky-tacky. Look, he just turned, didn't even hit the guy. But I mean, are you concerned about the foul trouble issues at all, or with him or anything?
Well, I think it's a lesson learned for him. I mean, he got to see how they called in the game. I think when you find out how they called in the game, and I didn't even agree with the fourth one. I can say that, but at the same time, he's going to be a target, and he's got to be mentally prepared for that. So I think for it to happen here, obviously he can learn from it, and he'll be able to get more into the flow of the game, and the fouls he's getting. He won't get them as much because he's in position actually to block some of those shots or take a charge or just go straight up. All you got to do is go straight up, and so he's got to learn from it.
What was your mood like at halftime? It's a 6-point game, like you say, a lot of missed free throws, a lot of turnovers. Just kind of how'd you handle halftime?
Kind of like what I just did. Like I said, I just went at him from the standpoint we got to take care of the basketball guys. We making bad decisions with the ball, and you get up to the free throw line. I know we're not that bad of a shooting team. And so I just knew the nerves were going. And so, but the lesson learned. I mean, that's how you learn. And, do you learn in a blowout? No. So it just shows you if you don't show up to play, anybody can play with you. If you don't bring the energy, you don't bring the physicalness, the toughness, you don't make your free throws, you don't take care of the basketball, that's what can take place.
injured, or you planning to redshirt him?
I just didn't play him. That's all. That was just one of those deals. Yeah.
Keyshawn got going a little bit tonight, especially there late in the second half.
Yeah, he did. I thought he in the second half he settled down. In the first half he made some tough plays. He's a guy that's capable of scoring and create for himself. Again, it's one thing to be able to create for yourself, but how about getting it within what we're doing? That's the thing we got to learn. We got to trust the process. We got to trust the system in terms of sharing the basketball, and obviously we got an inside presence. We got a guy inside that, and he's not a matter of fact. He had 2 shots in the first half, Daniel Gafford. So we got to be able to get it in there, and he'll pass it out. But we got to understand we can go inside out. But I thought Keyshawn defensively, he was active. It was good outing for him for his first game.
Yeah, how much do you need to get Mason Jones going over the next couple of weeks to kind of complement Isaiah?
Well, Mason, he just didn't make shots. I mean, I thought he tried to do some of the other things. It's a lot of thinking going on. All you got to do is watch him, a lot of thinking. I mean, Mason, to me, I think is going to be probably one of our better free throw shooters. And, we saw him miss a couple free throws at the line. So, but when you're not scoring, what are you bringing to the table? And so it's a learning curve for him as well.
You've had great success with the program and in the areas of Memphis, Tulsa, and obviously here in Arkansas, and you look like you're going back to those areas again. How important is that? How important has that been to the program, and how important will it be in the future?
Oh, well, I think our success has been, kind of like in a regional recruiting situation, because we got some very, very outstanding players in this area, and the talent level in Arkansas has really stepped up, from the time when I was here before. So we got to make sure we cultivate it and find out all the players that are interested in Arkansas, not necessarily just the kids in Arkansas, but in the surrounding areas, and then we'll go out on the national scene and bring some talent here as well. So it's very, very important. I think recruiting is kind of a regional thing, and there's some very good talent in this area.
Reggie's physicality inside tonight, getting that double-double, is that the kind of performance you want from him?
It's amazing because he actually been struggling in practice. So I think maybe the game brings on a different mindset, and we saw that in him. He got a level of toughness that I like. He can play above the basket, and the thing I love about him tonight, he was really great up on the front of the pressure defense. He was touching a lot of basketball, and then once he got it, he was making pretty good decisions with it. So that's going to be big. Now he's got to get better at the free throw line because, again, he's a guy who gets offensive rebound. He's going to get fouled a lot. When you think about he and Gabe, those guys are energy guys for us, and they kind of utility guys, can do a lot of different things, and that's going to be big in what we do. And I think, the rebounding is going to be critical because, again, people are going to be putting a lot of bodies on Daniel, so it's going to allow somebody else to get in there to get some offensive rebounds, and our guards have got to rebound on the defensive boards as well.
Did you feel like Gabe was pressing a little bit?
Who?
Gabe, did you feel like he was pressing a little bit when he first got in? I think he either went to the rim or shot, or probably the first 4 or 5 times he touched it.
Or sometimes you try to go get it. I think you're trying to show everybody what he's capable of doing. But the beauty of Gabe is that he does all that other stuff that you love. When he went out in the game, I thought the thing just kind of turned around. I thought we started getting, the ball move. I thought we started getting some rebounds, some offense. He missed some shots, and probably took a couple ones that you go like, you question that. But I thought a classic example of that was, I'm always talking about guys that we value the basketball. He was in the second half. He was dribbling one-on-one, and my deal is, you take a couple dribbles, find the guard. He dribbled it, and the guy stole it. Now, that's a mistake, but guess what? What I loved about it was that he went back on the defensive side of it. So he made a mistake, and he hustled to get it back. And to me, that's encouraging there. We're going to clean up the ball handling. And obviously we got other guys that can score. But what he brings to the table, it's priceless, and I think it's going to be big for our basketball team. He's an effort, energy guy, man, and it's huge. Whether he starts or come off the bench, I thought that was critical. He started the second half, and I thought we saw a big difference in our team in the second half. Ball movement, people movement, guys making the extra pass. that's how we play. That's Razorback basketball. So we just got to be more consistent with it. And so again, you saw the little piglets tonight, and they reared their head early on, and they were. But I thought in the second half they were a lot better.
Final question?
Yes.
Just watching Isaiah Joe, 2 games in a row, over 62% from 3. Last year, Macon and Barford they seemed to pound it a lot to get into theirs. He's so quick on catch and shoot. Is that a different dynamic that teams aren't going to maybe be ready for this year?
Well, he's a guy that can knock shots down. He gets lost in transition at times. And our guys do a good job of finding him. And so he does the job of putting it in the hole. And then when you got a guy like Daniel, they're going to draw attention to him. Again, he's real smooth. Got a good basketball IQ, and like I said, he's got to be a guy that can knock some shots down. I think we got some other guys that are capable of knocking it down, but it's good to see a guy that can make multiple shots. That's when you know you got a guy that can shoot the basketball, when he can make multiple shots. A guy can make one and then miss 5 and then keep jacking it up. But when you got a guy that can make 2, miss 1, and come back and knock another one, and what it's going to do is going to set up his putting the ball on the floor, because he can put the ball on the floor, and he's a pretty good passer as well.